What were conditions like out there tonight, Mitch, particularly in the second innings?
Hot, that's for sure. I'm sure you probably saw that with me batting, but you speaking wicket pitch conditions?
Yeah, pitch. How did it play out there? It looked fairly tough for you guys.
Yeah, look, it was obviously hard work. I think anywhere you play around the world, if you're 3 for 10, statistics show over however long T20 cricket's been played, it's always hard to win games cricket from that position. So that's something that we're going to have to rectify in the next game tomorrow.
Is it a concern that you've stumbled against spin again early in a series, as sort of happened in the Caribbean?
Obviously, we all want to get better at playing spin, and I think in these conditions, there's no pride behind the fact that it's tough, and we were able to keep Bangladesh, who play in these conditions and have played in these conditions their whole life, to 130. So it was tough for both teams, but ultimately I think chasing 130, you're only ever one partnership away, and we just couldn't get that tonight. So that's where the game was lost.
Thanks, Mitch. Cheers.
Hey, Mitch. Adam Zampa said before the tour in the West Indies that you had been talking to him a lot about playing spin. Can you just give us an idea of how much you've been working on it, and do you think the problems or the difficulties that Australia has are technical difficulties or difficulties in approach?
So who did was that Adam Zampa that I spoke to?
Yeah. He was saying he said before the series that you'd sort of spoken to him about facing and how much you've been working on it.
Yeah, I think there's no secret that I feel like I've really improved my play against spin over the last couple of years. Probably the one thing that I went away from was boundary options, and I think playing in Australia, you obviously face a lot more quick bowling. So for me, certainly playing at Perth Stadium for the Scorchers and playing at the Wacker, spin is something that you can sit on, and you face a lot more quick bowling. So I think I just tried to evolve my game to a point where I've had a bit more options for boundaries, certainly over here. And I feel like it's coming along really well. So, hopefully I can just keep getting better. And probably something that I hadn't done in the past is speak to Zamps and Ashton Agar and guys like that and feed off them as to where they think I can get better. And, I've absolutely loved my relationship with those two the last couple of years. And, I'll keep trying to learn off them. Some of the best players in the world now. So I'd be silly if I didn't try and learn off them.
And do you think that the issues that sort of seem wider issues within the Australian team in playing spin, do you think they're technical, or is it a matter of approach or just experience?
I'm not really. I'm not here to sort of comment on other guys and their techniques and how they play spin. I think that we've got some really good players of spin in this team, and you look at the team at full strength. Aaron Finch, great player of spin. David Warner, great player of spin. Steve Smith, great player of spin. Glenn Maxwell, amazing player of spin. Marcus Stoinis, extremely powerful player of spin. So I don't think it's a case of us not being able to spin. I mean, in these conditions, you face 12 or however many overs of spin you face, and you've got to take risks. You're gonna fall to them. But I certainly think that this group here, we're not hiding behind the fact that we're going to face a lot of spin here. It's going to be a challenge, and we've got to be up and about for it. But I think we've still got some really good players of spin here, and hopefully we'll see that in the next few games.
Thanks, Mitch, and a big fan of the Mo.
Hi, Mitch. First question is just about obviously you've been batting at 3 and doing very well in that position, but you've also done a lot of damage, I guess, batting sort of 4-5 for the Scorchers in the Big Bash. Like, can you see yourself fulfilling either of those roles at the World Cup?
Look, I mean, for me, I'll bat wherever I'm told in the Australian cricket team. I just love being a part of it. So, yeah, I think obviously my role for the Scorchers for Western Australia and for Australia in the past has certainly been at number, sort of 4, 5 or 6, even at times 7. And yeah, I feel really comfortable in that role. Something I've done for my whole career, but I also love batting up the top of the order. Facing the new ball with 2 fielders out in T20 cricket is it's great fun. So yeah, I'm just happy to bat anywhere and just play a role for the team.
And just one other one. Were you guys aware that this match or series at the moment isn't being sort of broadcast into Australia on Fox as it would, I suppose, traditionally be?
Sorry?
Were you guys aware that this series at the moment isn't being broadcast into Australia on Fox like it, say like the West Indies was or like it usually is?
No, I wasn't aware of that. So not sure I've got too much to comment on that one. Sorry.
Yep. No worries. Just checking.
We'll go to Adrian Warren. Okay. Adrian's not there for the moment. I've just got a couple of questions from the local media here. One being, Mitch, what did you think of the wicket?
Yeah, look, obviously a tough wicket. We managed to keep them to 130, which we thought was very gettable. But ultimately, like I said before, anytime you lose 3 wickets on any surface in the first 6 overs, statistics show that it's very difficult to win. So I think that's where the game was lost tonight.
One more question, just following up from that one. Given we're in a bubble and it's in the middle of a pandemic, do you feel you were able to prepare well enough for these types of conditions?
Yeah, look, I felt prepared going into today. The West Indies was, whilst it's not as hot, nowhere near as hot to be honest. It's still humid and hot. So yeah, I felt, and we played 8 games of cricket there, so felt prepared. Anytime you spend 3 days in isolation is not ideal, but we had 2 days training and felt great coming into this game. So yeah, certainly no problems there.
Last one, Adrian, you've got your mic on there. Have you got a question?
I have. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, no worries. Mitch, on a positive note, your innings apart, it seemed like a really good disciplined bowling effort in the first half of the innings there. I mean, can you give me your thoughts on that? Did you feel that you kept them to a subpar score?
I think, 130 was definitely chaseable. Was definitely chaseable on that wicket. I thought we bowled exceptionally well. Thought the spinners bowled well, and 3 quicks were outstanding. So yeah, 130 was definitely chaseable on that wicket. But yeah, and when you chase 130, all you need is 1, maybe 2 partnerships, probably 2 partnerships on a wicket like that. And we weren't able to do that tonight. So yeah, hopefully we can execute that tomorrow.
And just one other thing for me, how did the wicket today compare to the kind of slow spinning track that you faced in Barbados?
Barbados had a lot of bounce. This is probably the opposite end of the spectrum, very low, and yeah, wasn't a whole heap of turn, but just very low and slow. So that's something that we'll have to counter. We know what we're going to have in the second game now, and for me personally, I've got great belief in this team that we can beat Bangladesh. Not a great start for us tonight, but we've got 24 hours. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have another crack at it.
Thank you.